Hey guys, how's it going today? Finally, we got a car audio upgrade coming at you today. We're going to be doing the big three and dual power runs to the back. I got a Brand X 320 amp high output alternator that we'll be installing. Knukonceptz 1/0. Customz battery terminals. GP fuse blocks. Already got my shorter belt. So we're going to be doing 2 runs from the alternator to the front battery and from the front battery to the back. I got various lengths from previously to use up in case I need them. So we'll be getting started on this install. We're going to start by disconnecting the battery, positive and negative. Then we're going to jump over here and do the belt tensioner and just rotate it up and take the belt off. Remove the connection on the top of the alternator and then remove the 3 bolts that hold the alternator on. So everything was going smooth. Got the belt off, got the old alternator off. That was probably the easiest alternator ever. But I go to put the new one on and it's just too tight here to clear this bracket. I mean, I can't get it on, and I'm not going to beat the alternator too hard. I paid a lot of money for this, so I want to be easy with it. So I think what I'm going to do is try to sand these down here a little bit. It's just aluminum. I'll take the Dremel to it and see if I can't get me a little clearance just so this drops in here. So I don't have to beat it into place. It should just fall into place. So I got it on. We just ground down both sides of it until it fit. It was still snug. It's going to be a hell of a time getting it off if I ever have to, but I got it on there. I haven't tightened up all the bolts because I'm probably going to use these for the grounds. So I'll be doing dual runs to the battery. So I got these custom post risers so my bolt down 6 spots can clear because I have the recessed posts. So it looks pretty good. All you got to do is put the posts on here, post adapters, and tighten it down. It was a little snug, so I just put a block of wood on here and hammered it down a little bit. That's why you see a little dust. I'll clean that up. And then you just take the 6 spot and the screw and screw it on there, and then you could swivel it any direction you would like until it clears. So I got lucky with the factory battery terminals. If I remove this nut right here, it's a lug. So all I have to do is just drill the hole a little bigger to fit. That's going to be fun. I'll have to hold it with some vice grips or something. You hear horror stories about that, so I'll have to be careful. Anyway, I'm going to put it right here on this one. So I could do that on both positive and negative, so I'll just undo it and hook them up. So I just clamped the vice grips on there real snug and held it in place, being very careful. And I had a variety of different bits to choose from, and I started small and used one bit at a time to work my way up. Sometimes even using the drill in reverse so it wouldn't grab too hard, and work my way up to where the bolt would go in the hole. So it's clear now, so we're going to get it hooked up and do the same thing on the other side. It turned out good. I got them drilled, put some heat shrink on them to make them look good, and got them on there. So now we'll start adding the aftermarket wire and doing our double runs and adding fuses. I started getting the dual power runs over to the alternator. This is where I'm at. I was debating on even putting in fuses since it was so close. But then I just decided, you know, better safe than sorry, so I just started doing it. It's going to be close, but they'll be there. Just be floating. But better safe than sorry, I guess. I finished off the dual runs to the alternator. Came out pretty good. I don't have my fuses in here yet. So I'm liking the way everything's coming out. Looks nice and clean. So now I just got to work on my grounds. And the big three will be done. Still got to put the belt back on. But it's looking great. I started getting my grounds going. I got two of them running over here and grounded to the alternator. Got one right here on the alternator stud and the other one on the back. So yes, I have two grounds running off the alternator coming to the battery. Then I'm going to do two grounds off the battery to the frame. It's looking good. I'm loving it. So there was two ground locations right here for me to use for the battery grounds. I'm just going to remove the bolts and get the Dremel and grind the paint off. And then run my battery grounds to them. And re-ground to it. I got the first ground strap on. I just got to do the second. I've already sanded the spot. I'll hit it with clear coat once I get everything screwed together, so hopefully it doesn't rust. So we got both of them on. It was a tight fit, but we got them in there. Everything clears the hood. So we're just going to tighten everything up. Got the belt on. It's nice and snug. We're about to fire it up. Just check the voltage. Make sure everything's nice before I continue on. So I had to change a plan on running these power runs to the back. I've been all over this thing, trying to find a way to get the wires inside the cab. If I was going to go through the firewall or underneath, I didn't want to go down the door jamb. I was going to try to go down this way because my power runs were going to come off of here and run down in here. So I think what we're going to do is move one of the positive wires over, and then I'll run my two power runs off of here. We'll just come across to the passenger side, and then I'll be able to go down, and you see that hole in the frame. I'll be able to go in right there and then if you come in here and peel the carpet back, there's this rubber plug. So if I pull this rubber plug here, I should be able to come in right through this hole. So I think I kind of got lucky. It wasn't the way I wanted it to go, but I think I found a way into the cab that still doesn't look bad. So let's try it out and see how it goes. So this is what I got pulled so far. It's coming along. We went down in that hole down there. So it looks good. I came in this hole in the floor. It was a little tight. I took the Dremel to it a little bit. It's still a little snug, but these wires got such a thick jacket on it that it should be okay. I did have these waterproof grommets that I was going to try to use, but seems how I didn't go underneath the vehicle, I won't be needing these anymore. I just finished tucking the wire down in here and laid it across here. So now I'm going to put my fuse holders and just finish tying into the battery. I won't put the fuses in yet. It's looking good. I got the power runs to the back tied in. I'm liking how everything's coming out. No fuses in those right now. I'll zip tie the wires together to make them look better. But it still looks great. A little more zip tying down in here. But under the hood's pretty much done. Now I'm inside the cab. So we're on to the home stretch now. I just got her tuckered down the side. I think what I'm gonna do is just run it down the door jamb, come back here to the back, and there's a little hole in the carpet down here, and I'm just gonna leave it rolled up underneath the back seat back here, because I'm not quite sure where my battery is gonna go yet. And this is storage. It's got my jack in there that I didn't even know was there till now. So I still have some more things I got to figure out, because that's going to have to come out. I don't want to hear that rattling. So I think for right now, we're just going to leave the 2 power wires coiled underneath the passenger seat back here with no fuses in them until I figure out my layout back here. A little difficult to fit down through there, but I got it. Just comes out of the floor, tucks down under everything. So we just got to continue tucking it and come out underneath the back seat. So we got it finished off here and ran underneath the seat. I just got it laying here, but I will finish tucking it underneath. Got all the trim on. It's pretty much finished up for now. So I got my power runs in big 3 done. I like how it turned out. I think it looks great. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe.